My name is Reed Thomas, and for my technology project, I am going to do a book review podcast, and then at the end, I'll share the steps to make your own book review podcast. So the book I'm reviewing is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book One, The Lightning Thief, and Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now, Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. So, the target audience, best audience for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief, would be for fans of fantasy, mythology, and anyone who likes a good, fast paced adventure. I would say fourth grade is the perfect age to introduce students to the series, depending on how much they enjoy reading, specifically chapter books. And the main characters are 12 at the beginning of the first book. They age a little bit throughout the series. I would say there's no maximum age on um, who could enjoy this book. No one is too old to enjoy Percy Jackson. A side note, I would say even struggling readers would enjoy Percy Jackson because Percy Jackson struggles with school himself. The author, Rick Riordan, wrote this book for his son who was dyslexic and wanted to share with him characters that were more like his son. I would give this book 5 out of 5 tridents, and if you read the book, you'll figure out exactly why I chose to use tridents as my rating scale. If you enjoy the book, the original series had 4 sequels. It was originally a book series that had 5 books, and within the last year, Rick Riordan decided to include more books into this series. The 6th book was released, I believe, in 2022 or 2023, with plans for a 7th and 8th book to follow. So the series is actually not finished yet, even though it began back in the early to mid 2000s. There are a couple of options. There were 2 movies made for the first book, The Lightning Thief, and the second book, A Sea of Monsters. They are okay options. I would say that more people enjoyed those if they watched the movie first and then maybe read the book or never read the book. But true fans of the book did not necessarily enjoy those movies. But Disney Plus has released an original series that was released last year in 2023. So now to make your own vodcast. If it were, let me see if I can move this out of the way. There we go. So here are the steps that I took. First, I picked a book. I picked Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. I picked it because I enjoyed the book. I knew a lot about it. I've read the sequels. I've watched some of the TV show. I've watched the movie. Then you need to determine what you want to include. The suggestions are the things that I included, like a summary, the target audience, a rating, and then sequels or series and other media for interaction after reading the initial book. Then you might want to develop a PowerPoint or slideshow to show the information you're presenting to the audience. Otherwise, it would just be me, and that might not be as engaging to an audience as being able to follow along on the screen. Then you need to find a video recording program that works for you. Some do require parental approval, some don't. So you'll have to find one that works for you. And if you need to, use a script. If you need help remembering what to say, I've kind of used the slideshow to help me remember what to say in points, in parts. And then also don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can record multiple times and you can always ask for help. Trial by error is extremely helpful. So I'm extremely excited to see any potential book review vodcasts that are made.